We're back.
We're back. Okay. I apologize to anyone who was listening there. We went over our time limit for our recording software. Um, so it'll sound a bit weird. Probably. Just so we got cut off. But what I was talking about, something I'm guilty of in multiplayer games, is not being, and this is probably going to sound a bit sad to a lot of people, and it's not got anything to do with the kind of the pro aspects of it. Is sometimes when I'm playing multiplayer games, I like to think I'm a real commando, and I like to play the game. I get really like if I've got another mate playing with me, and we are, playing Call of Duty or playing Battlefield, and I'll be like, if there's guys in a house, I will sometimes be like, get a flashbang in there, and go 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 and all that kind of stuff. And I go into the room and I get completely blown to bits. But sometimes I like to pretend this is really happening, and I'm probably a throwback to my childhood. Certainly playing Vietnam. I just downloaded Battlefield Bad Company 2 Vietnam, and sometimes I feel like I'm in Vietnam and I'm actually running around Battlefield and I get slaughtered, especially at Bad Company 2, because there's explosions everywhere and I just can't seem to stay away from them. But sometimes I will sort of duck behind corners and be all like, oh man, go go go, and get down and stuff like that. I don't know if anyone else does that. That's maybe just me.
I mean, that's the whole idea behind a game, is to throw yourself into a whole new world that you sometimes couldn't possibly be in for real, and have a fun time with it. I mean, that's a really bad example for me to say that when you're talking about Vietnam, to be honest. It's like, yeah, that's a great place. War's fun, go to Vietnam. No, 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 do not say that. But you see, it's what the whole gaming idea is about. Sitting down, having fun, and going to these new places that you've never been or never will be able to, and just seeing it from the developer's point of view. How they want you to see it, how they want you to experience it, throw you into this whole new world, and let you do what you want in there.
Yeah, I speaking on that subject of Vietnam and stuff like that. I got, when you were talking about that, I got this image in my head of talking to my granddad or something, and how much into the game are you when you're he's saying, oh, I was in the trenches, and it was horrific and all the things I saw, and it was just the worst, most hellish thing I've ever seen. I was like, I was there too. I had a great time. I was running around, dudes blow up, and how many respawns?
Hey, Granddad, did you pawn some noobs? I sent those bitches crying back to their mother. Steady on, Granddad. I mean, there was something else that I was wanting to talk about, which I can't remember.
I hate when you do that. You've got something there, and it won't. Because you can remember really wanting to talk about it when you wanted to talk about it, but now it's gone.
Crap. Oh, that was it. Small annoying children.
Yeah, okay. Hopefully, if you've just started watching this video, please watch the next one before the one before it, to understand what we mean when we say small annoying children. We're talking about.
Now, I'll give a little recap, just so we don't lose the one fan or follower that we've got who just happens to be a small annoying child and go, I take offence, good sir. Unsubscribe.
I'm a small annoying child, and you've just. I don't know what you've done. You've insulted me.
You see, because it's you, I just don't care.
I'm actually a small child. I just sound like this. I sound about 40. A lot of people tell me that. I sound about 40 years old.
What the fuck?
People do. They tell me I sound about 40 years old for some reason.
Really?
When you just hear the voice, yeah, they say you sound really old. I don't think I sound old.
No, I mean, I know you're like 18, 19.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, you sound a bit older than you should do. But you should be like, you know, sucking on humbugs and whatever the hell they're called, like Werther's Original.
What was your childhood like? Where you were?
I never had a childhood. I was born old.
Yeah, well, a lot of people. I bet you were actually now, without trying to offend me, sitting there thinking, actually, goddamn, he sounds pretty old. Except when I laugh, because then I sound like a girl. I sort of go high pitched.
At least you get told that you're sound older than you actually are. I've been told I sound Canadian. That was at work. I was just sitting there at work, and someone just came up and said, "Excuse me, sir, are you from Canada?" I said, "No, I'm English. Why would you think I'm Canadian?"
You know what you should have done? You should have said, "Yes, I'm from Canada. I'm from
I'm from Canada.
I'm from Canada. I was all up in there, like that guy, like that guy in HMV."
Did you go to Abertay College? No. I was all up in there.
He's just kind of looking at us going, "Oh yeah, I know I recognise one of you." How does that even work in a conversation? Like, he mistook you for the guy he went to Abertay.
You just jumped in going, "Yeah, I went there." Really? Yeah, I was all up in that place.
No, but like, how can you like mistake someone for someone else and then say, "Well, you at Abertay University," and then you say no, and then I say, "Oh, I went to Abertay," and him to say, "Oh yeah, I now recognise one of you." It's like, no, you mistook him for the guy. Don't try and make up for it now. Don't make up for a mistake now by saying, "Oh yeah, I knew it was one of you." No, you've made a mistake. To be fair, I didn't correct him though, did I? I was like, "Oh yeah, I was all up in there." It's good fun though. If you're that guy listening now, who was in HMV, I apologise. I did not really go to Abertay University. I was winding you up.
Anyway, back onto the subject
of small annoying children.
Small annoying children. What I mean by that is, I'm sure if you've gone online and played some games, played one of some of your favourite games like Call of Duty, let's just use that as a medium for now.
Yeah.
You're just playing Call of Duty, you think, right, I'm going to talk to some fascinating and interesting people now, part of the community, and enjoy the game. Load it up, and you get a little small child, no older than about 4, shooting off the fag machine gun.
Yeah.
Spraying it out faster than he can dish it out.
Yeah, it's the language that's cut. A lot of them as well is they're not just. I mean, a lot of them are using you know, homophobic and a lot of the time racial slurs as well, and they're not just saying them; they are shouting them.
I know. I mean,
and you're sort of like, where's the parent inside this household? Can they not hear what these kids are saying?
To be honest, what really annoys me is that these kids, they're ruining it for everyone else. They're shouting, they're screaming, they're ruining the game.
Yeah, you guys are assholes.
They're like 9, 10 years old, and they're playing an 18 rated game.
Yeah.
And there's such an uproar about this. I mean, so many people complain, but there's nothing done about it. I mean, I don't know where it was I was reading it today, but some people were actually suggesting an 18 plus section for Xbox Live kind of thing. So not all the people, the people that are actually over age and can actually buy the games they're playing. I mean, you know, you're playing Call of Duty, you sound like a prepubescent prat, and you're on an 18 rating game. It's like, no, you shouldn't even have access to this game.
Yeah.
I mean, and the companies that make these games, they know about all this, and they don't care, because they're getting money for it, and that's the end of that.
Yeah. So, if you're an annoying 10-year-old child, and you have an opinion, post it. I would say post it in the comments. You know what? Get the hell off our Xboxes. That's what we're saying. How often do you get the opportunity to, get up in a in the business of. Is that how you say it? Am I talking tough?
No, you're really not.
You know, how often do you get the opportunity to say to a 10-year-old, "Fuck you"? You know, go away, go away.
If you're playing on Xbox Live, quite a lot, to be honest.
Get off our damn Xboxes. Go play something else.
Go play Action Man or whatever it is children do.
Get some of these Pokemon. I've heard they're good.
Your 5th generation Pokemon. I remember when it was 1st generation.
Yeah, so do I. There was 100 and something Pokemon.
Give me my Pikachu any day.
Now it's just ridiculous, Pokemon these days. They've got like a Pokemon that's basically a nose.
They've actually finally created a Pokemon that is a pigeon.
Wow.
They have started to run out of Pokemon ideas. They've made a pigeon.
Is that... Hang on, what? Did they not have like Pidgeotto or something in the original?
Yeah, they had Pidgeotto and Pidgeot, I think was the last one. And that was like the bird Pokemon. It was like the main one, the most common. And now they thought, right, we need a new Pidgey for our next game. What shall we get? One of them looks out the window and a pigeon flies by. Let's have a pigeon.
A pigeon.
And the guy just flails his arms in the air and goes, ingenious!
Let's have a pigeon. Is it just called pigeon?
I don't even know what it's called.
But yeah, I remember when it was the original Pokemon, and I was into it. That was years ago. But I remember loving the games and loving, trading and collecting the cards with people I knew. Never battled with them. I knew the cards were supposed to actually be for battling. I thought you just collected them.
I just collected them.
I didn't know. I was like, I didn't know what all the numbers were for. But everyone.
Actually, the first time I ever battled with my Pokemon cards was on a Game Boy game. It was a game based around the battle cards. It's like, yeah, okay, I've got all these sitting next to me, but I don't know what to do with them. So I'll just mash the A button until I win.
But yeah, I remember the ideas of Pokemon still being ridiculous, but in sort of like a charming sort of way. I think there was a Pokemon that looked like broccoli, and there was some good ideas, Bulbasaur and Charizard and stuff like that. They were pretty good, but now it's just ridiculous that there is a Pokemon that has a nose, and it evolves into several noses.
Nice of you to drop
And
by.
I mean, at what point? I don't even know. I mean, is it still a popular thing round about these parts?
I don't know. I think it's more of a cult
You're
thing now.
thanking me, right?
I mean, the anime is still going strong. I mean, that's just.
No idea.
I watched like 2 episodes of the newest one, or there's like Pokemon Best Wishes or something.
No.
And I cannot believe people still watch that. It's just cringing just listening to
I
it.
think I would have just killed you myself.
But Pokemon, it's if you grew up with it,
Don't be like
you'll always love it. I think
Probably.
it's just something that's been there in your childhood.
I think it just sort of holds memories when you're into something and everyone else around you is into
Here
something,
we are again.
and you can just. That's a really bad. That you can't don't endorse what I just said there, because that could be applied to so many things, and I could get, if you enjoy something and everyone else around you enjoys it, then it's okay to do it.
You see, I'm gonna say we're gonna have to cut off there and make it seem like you're endorsing some really awkward things.
That's the message for the video.
Message of the video: if you like it and the people around you do, don't stop. Even if it's on a train, a very busy train.
Yeah.